Hi everyone, this is Julia with JR Couponer, and here is our Stockpile Tour for 2019. If you haven't followed us on Instagram already, our handle is at JR Couponer. And if you do, you probably already know that we had our stockpile sale this weekend. And a husband and wife actually came out within the last hour of our second day of our stockpile sale and bought us out of everything we were selling. So this is everything that we have left that isn't food. We keep this in our basement. It has a dehumidifier if you guys are worried about this stuff in boxes getting wilted because of the air and the water in the air. And everything stays nicely down here, especially on these shelves. So I'll go through each shelf one by one and show you what we have left, and then the tour will be done. So first I'm going to start on the top shelf. And up here we have all these different puffs and Kleenex. We have these that we got from Ibotta a couple weeks ago. We have these Purell hand sanitizing wipes and the Kleenex wet wipes. And then back there is what we have for the leftover Cottonelle wipes from that amazing Target deal. And then the next section that we have is on the body wash. And in this row on the left, we have the least expensive body wash. And then in the next two rows, we have the body washes that we like the best. So those are Dial, Nivea, and Dove, and a few St. Ives. This next row is on the Nivea In Shower Body Lotion that we got at Rite Aid a few weeks ago. The next few rows is on the lotion that we have. So we have different St. Ives, Vaseline, Suave, Eucerin, Aveeno, and some of the sprays. And keep in mind, some of this stuff is pretty old because we have been couponing since 2011. So this is about 8 years worth of stock left. So some of these items may look old, and it's probably because they are. And then the next set of rows that we have is on the shave gel. And most of these rows do go all the way to the back. And then we have our toothpaste next. These are our favorite toothpaste or toothpaste that we want to try. Everything else we put in our sale bin. And we make sure that we always keep the toothpastes that are expiring the furthest out. And then on our next shelf, as you can see, we got a ton of that hand soap from Stop & Shop if you have a Stop & Shop around you. We're still getting more of those. They just restocked our store, and we're still finding hang tags. And we have other different soaps. Some hand soap refills. Then these next four rows is on the Renew-Its. Again, these are from a couple years ago. We got them at Rite Aid for free. And then over here we have a lot of our skincare. So on the right two rows we have men's and women's deodorant, and those go all the way back. And in the next two rows we have facial care. And on the last row we have hydrogen peroxide and some first aid remedies. The next shelf that we have is all hair care, and then a little bit of miscellaneous at the end. So these first few rows are on the hair stylers, so mousse, leave-in conditioner, hair masks, hairspray, gel, that kind of thing. And then we only keep the shampoos and conditioners that we absolutely love. So in our house, Dove is an absolute favorite. One person in our house does have color-treated hair. That's what those few at the end are. As you can see, we have all of that hair color. And then in these last few rows are shampoos and conditioners we want to try. So lately we've been getting the new Garnier Whole Blends. And we've been wanting to try that, so that stays on our shelf until we do and decide if we like it or not. And everything else is just backup until we decide if we want to sell it or not. The next thing over here is kind of miscellaneous stuff. So we have a few hair products. That Bliss Foot Scrub that we got at CVS a couple weeks ago. Some pain relief creams and patches. And that little container in the back is for eye drops and for medicine. And then if you have a Joann's craft store near you, there was an Ibotta rebate on the paint that made it completely free with clearance. So that's what those few are. And then on our last shelf down here is our laundry care and our fragrance sprays. So on the left we have all of the laundry detergent. We don't like to use pods in our house. They just don't work well with our washer. So we do have a few pods in those bags right there that we need to go through. But other than that, all we have is the liquid. And then that's all of our old liquid. And then all of our newer liquid is over here on the right. In the middle here, we have the all-purpose cleaners. We have Fantastic, Clorox, Windex, and Pledge. And then in that bin right there is all of our car air fresheners. So if you guys had the rebate on Ibotta for Dollar Tree for the refresh tabs, we have plenty of those in here, and I can show you guys. So basically, we just throw these in here, not really in any order, and whoever is in need of an air freshener comes down and grabs one. So then we'll move on to the black shelf. So in this bin, as you can see, it's makeup and nail polish, and we actually did have to separate our nail polish. So in here, this is everything that we could use for makeup. So we have mascara, eyebrow pencils. There's also some eyeshadows in there. That right there is full of lip balm. Let me see if I can show you guys anything else. But again, this is everything that we will use. And about a year ago, we had some water damage to our stockpile. So all of the containers that came, the paper containers that these came in, they were all destroyed, so we did have to take out a ton of the mascaras. As you can see here, none of these are in their paper containers, so we definitely use those first, and then we sell the ones that are already in their package. So we separated our nail polishes. So this is the new nail polish. And I even put a little label in there. So we have emery boards and some nail strengtheners, and then a couple of nail polishes in the back. And then this is all of our open nail polish, or we don't know if it's open. That's why we differentiated it now, so we know whether or not it's open. We have a lot of Wet n Wild and Sally Hansen. We no longer get those Wet n Wild coupons in our area, so that's a bummer, but we are still able to get deals on nail polish. And then we just have some random cups right here. So then our next shelf is strictly feminine care. So we have all of the tampons on the left, the pads in the middle, and the liners on the right. It looks like we're going to be needing a new location for these soon, because all of our shelves are pretty full. So we might end up putting these in our bathroom underneath the shelf, or we do have a linen closet. So we might end up throwing those in there, especially if they don't fit on this shelf anymore. And then on the next shelf, we have, this is going to be our new sale bin. So if you watched our stockpile sale video, you'll notice that we put hand soaps in this. Oh, actually, that was the previous video. But we found this at a yard sale. So we grabbed it, and then we decided to put hand soaps in here and put a little sign that said $1 each. So all the stuff that we're going to sell is in here. So we got men's deodorant, some body wash, some Suave Kids, and some toothpaste. Sorry guys, it's really hard to see in this lighting. And then the next bin that we have is all women's razors. So these are all the razors that we have in our house. There are quite a few girls, so we definitely use women's varieties more than men's. And then in these two containers back here are our toothbrushes. So we just found these. They were actually planting pots, but they were on clearance. So we bought those, and we put the Oral-B in one bin and the Colgate in the other, so we can see what toothbrushes we like best. This next shelf is the men's razors. So we just got those big razors at Walmart. And there's a bunch of Schick down there and some Gillette. We typically sell the Gillette because that's not a favorite in our house. So this next one is pretty heavy, but it has different floss, it has some facial care, it has all of our trial size in the bottom. You can't really see it because it's full, but we definitely need a new space for all of our facial wipes because this is super heavy and very crowded. And on the final shelf on this is our toilet bowl cleaners and floor cleaners and stain removers. So on the left, as you can see, scrubbing bubbles. That's a fan favorite at Stop and Shop. We also have some Lysol and some Swiffer Wet Jet Filler, Pine Sol, some Shout stain remover that we got a few years back. And then now onto our next shelf. So this shelf, as you can see, is pretty mishmash. There's like random stuff on here. And that's because I decided that our house needed a way to categorize what we were taking off the shelf first. So some people, like, they didn't know how we organized our stockpile. So if they wanted a hand soap, they just grab any hand soap that they thought. But I want to know which ones are older than others. So I put this hand soap here. And I wrote this sign, take off this shelf first. So if we have 2 bathrooms. So if someone notices that the hand soap is gone in one of our bathrooms, they could just grab it from here. And then the next time I come down here, I can see that this hand soap is gone and I can replace it with another one. So that applies to all the products here. And it's just a good way to try to know what products you want to try out. And then on our next shelf is our air fresheners. So we usually get those for Breezes free at Stop and Shop. And we got all that Airwick. Actually, majority of this came from Stop and Shop. And then you guys know we get those free coupons for the plugins all the time. Normally we try to sell these, but we didn't have any Febreze, so we decided to keep those. This shelf is kind of random too. Some of it's overflow from the shelf below. But on the left we have our mouthwash. We don't typically run through mouthwash that often, so when we do get new mouthwash, we usually just sell it right away. And we keep anything with the furthest date out. Then we have some sneaker deodorizer that we got at Walmart. And we have some random dish soap that overflowed from the bottom shelf. And some sun care that we got at Walmart with Ibotta. And then finally, our last shelf is on anything dish related. So the dish soap is on the left and the 2 left. And then the dishwasher tabs are on the right. And then underneath those dishwasher tabs in the back, we have some random razors that fell out of the package. So that's everything, you guys, for our stockpile, for everything that's not food. We do have our paper products upstairs with our food. And that one's, we're probably not going to show you guys because it is spread everywhere all over our house because we don't have a lot of storage space in our cabinets. But this is everything that we have. Let us know in the comments below if you guys have any questions about why we organize things the way we do, or if you guys need tips for how to best organize your stockpile in a small space. Let us know in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and let us know how much you think your stockpile is worth. Happy couponing!